Let me ask you something uncomfortable. What if the reason you feel stuck right now isn't because of what happened to you, but because of how your mind learned to survive it? This is not about blaming yourself. This is not about minimizing your pain. And this is definitely not about pretending the past didn't matter. This is about understanding victimhood, how it forms, how to recognize it, and how to step out of it so you can create a better future. Victimhood is not weakness. Victimhood is a survival response. It develops when something painful, unfair, or overwhelming happens, and your nervous system learns a very specific lesson. Bad things happen, and I don't have control. That belief once kept you safe. But what protected you then may be limiting you now. Victimhood is not about what happened to you. It is about how your mind interprets the world after it happened. Two people can go through similar pain. One stays stuck. One grows forward. The difference is not strength. The difference is awareness. So let's talk about how to recognize victimhood. The first sign is that everything feels personal. When you're in victimhood, neutral events feel like attacks. Someone doesn't text back and your mind says, "I don't matter." Someone sets a boundary and your body feels abandoned. Feedback feels like rejection instead of information. Ask yourself this. Do you often assign meaning before checking facts? The second sign is replaying the same story. Victimhood keeps you looping the same memories. What they did, what they said, how unfair it was. Not because you want to suffer, but because your brain thinks repetition equals safety. The mind believes that if it keeps replaying the pain, it can prevent it from happening again. But healing does not happen through repetition. Healing happens through resolution. Ask yourself, does telling the story help you heal, or does it keep the wound open? The third sign is that power feels like it lives outside of you. When you're in victimhood, peace depends on someone else changing. If they apologize, I'll be okay. If they understand, I can move on. If life becomes fair, then I'll heal. That belief gives your future away. It places your emotional safety in someone else's hands. Ask yourself, who currently holds the key to your peace? The fourth sign is when pain becomes identity. Instead of something that happened to you, it becomes who you are. I am the one who was betrayed. I am the one who was abandoned. I am the one who was hurt. Your pain may be real, but it does not deserve the job of defining you. Ask yourself, if your pain was no longer your identity, who would you be becoming? Now, let's be very clear about something. This is not about denying the past. This is not about forgiving before you are ready. This is not about pretending everything is fine. This is about reclaiming authorship of your life. Victimhood says this happened to me. Healing says this happened, and I decide what happens next. So how do you step out of victimhood without blaming yourself? The first step is separating the event from the meaning. The event already happened. It is fixed, but the meaning you assign to it can change. Many people confuse what happened with what it meant about them. The event might be real. The meaning might be outdated. Ask yourself, what meaning did I assign that might no longer be true? The second step is noticing where you give your power away. Pay attention to phrases like, "they made me feel this way," or "if only they would change." Those phrases reveal where your power has been outsourced. Power returns when responsibility returns. Not responsibility for the past, but responsibility for your future. Ask yourself, where am I waiting for someone else to change so I can heal? The third step is replacing the question, why me, with what now? Why me keeps you stuck in the past. What now moves you forward. One question drains energy. The other creates it. Ask yourself, what is one what now action I have been avoiding? The fourth step is rebuilding identity around values instead of pain. You are not what happened to you. You are what you choose next. Healing accelerates when your identity is rooted in values like growth, integrity, courage, and compassion instead of wounds. Ask yourself, what values do I want my life to reflect moving forward? The fifth step is taking one small, empowered action. Victimhood collapses when action begins. Not big action. Not perfect action. Just chosen action. One decision that says, I still have agency. Ask yourself, what is one small choice I can make today that honors my future? You did not choose what happened to you, but you do get to choose who you become because of it. Healing does not erase the past. It integrates it. You do not lose your story when you leave victimhood. You finally gain your future. If this helped you see yourself with more compassion and more power, like this video and follow this channel. This channel is about healing without shame, growth without blame, and creating a future that is not controlled by the past. You are not broken. You are becoming.